we've got some people in planning that are looking to the 22nd century. And I got Jeremy Sharp, principal planner. How you doing?
Good.
So what are you planning on doing in the year 2100? 85 years.
I'm
84.
not sure I'm planning on being around for that time. I'm hoping to be.
But your son might be.
My son might be.
So is that kind of the stage that we're looking at?
That's the idea. I mean, my son, who's 9 months old, will be 85 years old then. So I mean, it's even his kids and his grandkids.
Okay. So I've heard the old story about the best way to get across the room is taking the first step. Is that really what we're talking about now?
Yes. Yes. We're trying to set the stage. Trying to set the stage and really set the pattern for how we want to develop.
Now, but why is that important now?
We make decisions on a regular basis now that affect the next 30, 40, 50, 100 years. We make decisions today, light rail, where we put new schools, where we put any number of things, where a private developer might put a building. All of those things are going to last a very long time. So with all the events that are happening, all the changes in the world, we need to be ready to make sure we're putting those things in the right places.
So should I go out and buy a treadmill for my dog so I can walk her in the guest room like the Jetsons did? Is that kind of what we're thinking?
I don't think we're going quite to that level. We're trying to make sure that the new Norfolk, the Norfolk of the 22nd century, still has the things that we think are important about Norfolk of 2015, 2016. We're trying to make sure that new Norfolk still has those things, and that we're protecting those things, and that we're having them still be a part of the city, and what's great about Norfolk will still be around.
So where we just spent a lot of time really looking at, thanks to the Rockefeller Foundation, to Resilient City, it kind of is a dovetail to that, isn't it?
It's all a part of that. We kind of think of Vision 2100 as something of an umbrella over a lot of different efforts like that. 100 resilient cities, a big part of this, down to the neighborhood level, Neighbors Building Neighborhoods, an initiative that we've been working with for a while. That's all a part of this, and it's all a part about building it. And Vision 2100 is about building the 22nd century Norfolk, but a resilient 22nd century Norfolk.
Okay, you got a degree in planning, right?
Yes.
You really know what it's all about.
Yes.
So can't you just sit on the 5th floor of City Hall and give it to us?
Well, I could, but it wouldn't necessarily reflect the hopes and dreams and the likes and dislikes of the city of Norfolk. I mean, what we as planners do, more than anything, more important than any aspect of what we do, is we go out to the community and we find out what they want, and we find out what they like, and we make sure that the city's vision reflects that.
You know, during the summer, we went out to Jaycox and talked to the kids there. And it was really kind of cool because even though they were a little far-fetched with the red houses and that, they were saying some of the same kinds of things that their parents are saying.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. And we went out and we asked them, what do you like about your neighborhood? What do you like to do with your time? Where do you like to go play? What do you like to do when you go out on a weekend? And all of the same types of things that we might think of, they're thinking of.
So you want our residents to think like planners?
We want our residents to tell us more than anything at first what they love about Norfolk. And then we will walk them through some visioning exercises down the road into the spring that will help them do just that, think like planners.
And kind of get their conversation going with their neighbors, right?
Exactly, exactly.
So right now we have a thing called #ShareNorfolk.
Yes.
When I say that, what do I mean?
What you mean is if you go on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook and you post, let's say Instagram, you take a picture of something, say a sunrise at the beach, you take a picture of that and you put #ShareNorfolk on there, and that means that anybody who searches for #ShareNorfolk will be able to see that image. And what we're doing is we're collecting images, we're collecting statements, ideas under that hashtag that we can then use to set the stage for some of this work that we're doing.
And then in January, we're going to have are we going to have some old-fashioned meetings, or are they going to be with a little bit of a twist?
They're going to be with a little bit of a twist, because we're going to take some of that information that we collect and we're going to show it back to people and tell people, okay, here's what we're hearing from you through these different ways, hopefully from some different people, maybe not the same people we always hear from, and then we're going to have fairly traditional type of meetings at that point, where we're going to ask people to tell us what is great about the city, what's essential about Norfolk, what they love.
Now, how does this tie into, I know like last year we did the budget engagement meetings, we'll be having some of those, or some of the Resilient City meetings, those kind of engagement meetings. Does it all kind of tie together?
It does. Especially these meetings that we're having in January, February, they really tie into those Resilient City meetings because they're in their next phase now. They're trying to figure out how to make Norfolk resilient at the neighborhood level. And so we want neighborhood residents to tell us what's great about their neighborhood. Maybe it's the corner shop, maybe it's the park they go to, maybe it's the neighborhood leader that they always talk to and that really drives the community. Those are the type of things that we want to hear from them so that we can then make sure that going forward we do whatever we can to support them and reinforce them.
Well, and a lot of that is driven by the budget because we're dealing with a 2-year budget now, so with a 20-year capital improvement, you do have to start planning ahead.
Sure. And so our second phase of meetings that we're talking about, and we haven't scheduled them yet, but we're planning them for the March-April timeframe, those would be very, very, very much tied in with the budget meetings because what we're asking people to do is think like planners, is think about the implications of what are the things that you like, what are the things that you want to do, that you want to change, and then think about really what it's going to cost and make some difficult choices because we have a lot of things coming up in this city and we're going to have to make some choices as to where we invest money and where we put our resources.
Well, and so that we don't repeat past behavior, I know you and I were at a meeting with over 100 people looking at what is the real dream, what's the real vision for Military Circle and Military Highway Corridor. So we got all that kind of planning going on. So the journey begins with that first step, and that's what we're going to be doing in January. Thank you, Jeremy. Now I'm going to have you back on to kind of give me a glossary of terms too, because I know you can speak foreign language.
I think we can do that.
Okay, good show. When we come back, you want to eat cheap downtown? Thanks to Downtown Norfolk Council, right here. You can. Stay tuned.